Entertainment public relations is a type of PR that has many different avenues. Specifically, we will be focusing on the public marketing and social media strategies behind the two well-known festivals, Coachella and Fyre Festival. Some of the key parts of this type of PR are positive promotion and consistent communication between companies such as ticket sellers, vendors, venue owners, sponsors, and the target audience. Musical festivals rely heavily on social media promotion, whether that be through sponsored ads or through celebrities and influencers. There is a lot of risk management also involved when organizing a festival. Venues have to be safe and accessible for their audience and its workers. More importantly, many music festivals tend to sell alcohol, which has to be taken into consideration. Some festivals are also well known for recreational drug use, and many events have to plan heavily for security checks and, in worst-case scenarios, medical emergencies. It is important in this area of PR that companies set expectations and boundaries throughout their entire campaign for their audience and their performers. Some of the most common festival PR strategies today include engaging with artists to promote the show, promoting live streams of the event on social media, choosing the right ticketing company that matches your goals and values, maximizing digital ads and the presence on social media, and creating a campaign with content that is appealing to locations far and near from the venue.
And now on to the PR functions leading up to the Fyre Festival. Leading up to the Fyre Festival, the festival used big-name influencers on Instagram and other social media platforms to advertise the festival. Notable influencers were people like Kendall Jenner and Bella Hadid. During this first wave of advertisement, 63 influencers posted about the festival on their social medias, and 300 million online impressions were made. Eventually, 400 influencers were involved promoting this festival. On top of big-name social media influencers, other big names that helped the festival gain traction were the acts that they gained for the festival itself. These acts included people like Disclosure, Major Lazer, and Blink-182, even though they never did end up playing the festival. Overall, the biggest part of what made Fyre's PR so effective was the story and dream that they were selling. They sold an escape from reality for 3 days. Living the life of a lavish social media influencer or an ultra-rich person in paradise that you couldn't have anywhere else. This dream of living like a young money billionaire was their story. The complete luxury in a carefree environment with like-minded young individuals.
The 3-day party was supposed to be on a private beach on the island of Great Exuma in the Bahamas. It was supposed to be over 2 weekends in 2017, April 28th through the 30th and May 5th through the 7th. It was described as an immersive music festival. Guests expected to party on white sand beaches, but upon arrival, it didn't look anything like the advertisements. They were told they would fly in from Miami on a custom VIP-configured Boeing to have the full VIP experience. Instead, guests ended up waiting for hours at the airport for a number of small Cessna planes and collecting their luggage from the back of a shipping container in the dead of night. The ticket cost was meant to include gourmet food, and guests were expecting Star Catering Group to be there, but the group told Business Insider it had terminated its services with Fyre in early April 2017. Instead, there were makeshift food tents, they were given cheese sandwiches and salads. Fans were expecting to see Blink-182 perform, but the band dropped out before the festival started. Festival goers were promised luxury, eco-friendly domes and villas to stay in that were included in the ticket prices, but one guest described it as a disastrous tent city. Instead of partying on the beach with friends, guests were trying to fly back to Miami. But for some, that wasn't possible, and they ended up stranded at the airport. One guest said she was kept in a room without food or water, waiting for her flight for hours. She said a person fainted because the conditions were so poor. Images of the festival made rounds on social media and were widely reported across global news organizations. This left many wondering whether it had damaged the reputation of the Bahamas altogether.
Festival's over-marketing was the root cause of a lot of their problems. Before planning and organizing the actual event, the PR and marketing team was already releasing promotional videos for the event, which included a popular commercial featuring supermodel Bella Hadid, causing an overflow of talk on social media. The company also had already reached other social media influencers to promote the event on their social medias before anything was set in stone. When the planning for the event fell through, such as musical acts dropping out, losing deals with food vendors, and not having any living arrangements ready, the organizers of the company said nothing to their customers. Though Fyre Festival had a lot of organizational and financial problems, The PR team could have done a few things differently for the sake of the company image. They should have under-promised customers and tried to over-deliver instead of the other way around. The event epically failed to live up to the audience expectations. There was over-marketing of a product that never existed. You can't promise people anything that you can't deliver. The team also overspent to have the hyped marketing that it did. This was to blame on the organizers of the company, but the PR team should have known all the little details and had a better flow of communication between the platforms to make sure the event was going to work out before pushing it out to the public. The fire team lacked a lot of communication between the company and its own customers. As the festival planning was beginning to fail, upon days before the event, the PR team stayed silent. Meanwhile, as one of the musical acts, Blink-182 pulled out of the festival and immediately posted a statement on Twitter revealing why they decided not to perform. This tweet was released, and the fire team should have followed up with a statement, whether that was rescheduling or canceling the event, because they knew at this point that the event was nowhere near complete of what was marketed. Once the event epically failed, the fire team posted an apology following the cancellation of the event on social media. However, the statement was overdue and lengthy. The apology also mentioned a quote-unquote next time for the event, which made the apology less sincere to customers that were essentially scammed. The apology should have 1. Been shorter, 2. Been in a timelier manner, and 3. It should have been sincere and answered some of the questions that were posted on social media from customers about refunds. Later, a refund email was issued by the fire team. In the email, the fire team was promoting a second option of using credit towards Fire Festival 2018. This email should have clearly marked a refund instead of frustrating customers further into thinking the company is an even bigger scam.
The Coachella Valley Music and Arts Festival is an incredibly successful music festival held at the Empire Polo Club in Indio, California. Approximately 250,000 people attend this concert every year. Tickets range from $429 for general admission to $1,000 for VIP tickets. The music genres include rock, hip-hop, independent, pop, and electric dance music. There is a camping section that includes a multitude of tents. An activities tent, a connected lounge that provides free Wi-Fi, an art studio, a vintage market, and an early bird raffle. There is also a Ferris wheel that shows off the epic views of the valley. This event is incredibly organized and even has its own app where there are set up times and dates available to let the paying customers know when and where each concert is. There is also plenty of food vendors available so the guests always have food options. The overnight stay is also very attainable and organized. There are options for car camping, tent camping, Lake El Dorado stay where guests can book a tent or teepee near the lake, as well as safari campgrounds.
Coachella has turned into one of the most popular music festivals over the past 20 years, but this took a long time to get where it is today. The main creator of this festival is named Paul Tollett. Paul is responsible for some of the biggest live music stories of 2016, reuniting the Guns N' Roses to perform at Coachella for the year of April, putting together the most mind-blowing rock bill ever in desert trip similar to Coachella that will take place several different weekends of October. Each year, thousands of fans travel from all over the world to see some of their favorite celebrities and bands perform during an unbelievable weekend in Indio, California. The creators of this festival chose one of the perfect places for this festival. The mountains on both sides of the valley are visibly through the white panels of the stage. As the sun goes down, the mountains help make the perfect sunset with pink and purple colors for a great view. During the day, although it does get very hot outside, the concert tents are air conditioned, which make the concerts much better. The venue is full of throw rugs and soft, cool grass, which helps you enjoy the environment and the people around you during this full weekend. Coachella is originated from an older Pearl Jam concert performed in 1993. The first year that they decided to do Coachella, approximately 25,000 people showed up. Some of the head acts of the first festival were Beck, Tool, Morrissey, and Rage Against the Machine.
While the Coachella Festival is going on, they are very active on social media. The official Coachella Instagram and Twitter are very coordinated in their posting and messaging to the point where all of the pictures and videos uploaded are the same. The type of posts coming from official social media channels for the public are all flashy pictures of the artists' performances or the art installations around the festival, giving an artistry type of overall story in the narrative that is being painted.
As you can see, Coachella is an incredible event which allows for the people and musicians to express themselves. Over the years, Coachella has made tons of money, but in 2017, Coachella Festival grossed $114.6 million, marking the first time a recurring festival franchise has crossed the 100 million mark. Revenue for the festival has jumped 7 times the amount from a decade ago, when in 2007 the gross was reported at only $16 million. As you can see, Coachella has been increasing dramatically with attendance and money revenue, which shows how many people like to attend. Now with Coachella 2019 coming up, Ariana Grande is the 4th female musician to ever headline a Coachella event, and she'll become the youngest female artist in history to headline the festival when she performs. We see many positive attitudes every year with Coachella. When comparing it to Fyre Festival, you can see why Coachella has been a hit since the beginning and how Fyre Fest went downhill right away. Public relations plays a huge part in these festivals because it is what makes or breaks them and how they are portrayed for others to see. One role a public relations company should have is a problem-solving facilitator, which collaborates with managers to define and solve problems, and as Fyre Festival was set up, there is no problem-solving facilitator to be seen because of the huge issue of disappointment from the festival. When looking at Coachella, since it is so successful every year, the major key to how it is so popular is using the 4 P's in PR. They are product, place, price, and promotion. Throughout Coachella's years and festivals, PR at Coachella has made sure to include these: products to sell during the festival, making reasonable pricing, promoting the festival as much as they can, and creating a place where people have loved to come to watch and be a part of Coachella Festival. Overall, festivals can be a very fun and enjoyable place for many people, but when there is no public relations to be found within a company and the event it puts on, you will see unacceptable conditions happen, like how Fyre Festival turned out to be. Thank you so much for watching and listening to our presentation, and I hope you all enjoyed.